Howdy folks, it's rjhelms here with episode 19 of Let's Play OpenTTD with the FIRS Intersea set. Last episode, just to recap, we mostly spent some time getting this manila cement plant at MNLS working, so got clay, coal, and stone being delivered to it, which are slowly making their way there, and spent some time tweaking up some of our network, trying to get things optimized a little bit, but kind of ran into two bottlenecks that are going to be what we need to address before expanding is really practical. The first one is the one that we're getting all these pop-ups here for, which is a bunch of vehicles are getting really old. I have breakdowns turned off, so that's not inherently a problem. Where it becomes an issue is basically the power of things. Like this one is, the new trains I'm building are about a third or more than that, about 40 or 50% more powerful than a lot of these older vehicles. And so kind of as things start and stop, it's actually going to start presenting a pretty big problem. In the sense that lower powered vehicles take longer to accelerate, so you get knock-on effects of places where vehicles might have to stop to wait for each other. For example, this is a good sense, like, so for example, this vehicle here, it's empty, so it's not such a big problem, but a full vehicle, if it has to stop and kind of wait to speed up again, it'll slow down everything behind it in a pretty bad way a lot of times. So getting these old vehicles off will improve that. Also, because cabooses are no longer necessary, a lot of these older vehicles, these old oil trains, can actually have a pretty significant increase. So I'm going to start sending these things to depots kind of in... Oh. I don't know why it's struggling. There we go. Just want to make sure they're empty. I'm going to do them kind of in lots of 5. So you're empty, so you can go to a depot. I don't really care which one they go to. You are empty, so you can go to a depot. Yep. Number 6, number 7. You're loading. Number 8. You're empty. Perfect. And you're empty. Perfect. So I'll just let these guys go to whatever the depot they kind of end up at. Pin these up off to the side, and I'll do these kind of in lots of 5. I've actually already got one waiting here, so let's deal with this guy. Train number 6, your orders are... You are a... oil train. These guys have out over new one, but they're not available, so that's fine. And are you the same? You're also an oil train? Yeah, okay, so let's build 2 new oil trains. I think still with the Centennial, that makes sense. You actually got this much better vehicle. Or the 60-foot tank cars. These actually have much higher capacity. 6.7, that's all you're going to be able to do. So you are going to share orders with number 6. I need 2 of you. Number 6 and number 9, you go away. And you guys can start. Okay, train number 1 is happily in the depot, so let's do it as well. Also an oil train. On the same route, so I'm actually going to want to replace you at the depot. So you can start and you can get sold. Train 6, what are you? A gasoline train, okay, so... Gasoline actually comes from here. Right, because you're a gasoline KWTE. Yep, this route. to bicentennial. A bunch of 60-foot tank cars. Going to be refitted to gasoline. Share those orders and get started. That was train 4, so train 4 can get sold. You can go away. And train 11. You're a chemical train, okay. KWTE to DNGV. No. VNAW. It's another Centennial with a bunch of 60-foot tank cars, but refitted to chemicals. So train 11, you can get retired, you can get started, and I have to put these things in the groups. I realize now I was forgetting to do that. Let's look at our ungrouped trains and figure out what groups they belong in. So you are oil SKHV, oil SKHV, you are oil SKHV, new train 1 is going to be, you are gasoline, right? Yes. Yep. And then you're going to be the chemical train, this last one. But it's chemicals to VNAW. Okay, good. Now send 5 more in. None of these guys seem to be empty. You're empty. Train 18. You're empty. And you're empty, but you're gonna have a hard time getting to your depot. Okay, train 2, where are you? Or what type of train are you? Oh, you're just the right place, so you are this oil route. Just need to clone one of these new guys and dump you. You're in a depot. Which one are you? You're a chemical train. To VNAW. Perfect. I actually want to be down at this depot to replace you. That's where you are. Okay. You can get started and you can get dumped. Okay, you're a bauxite train. DNGW. Yep, okay, so bauxite train. Still pick a Centennial. I think actually these hoppers I can just keep using. So you are in bauxite DNGW to DNGV. You can get started. You guys are having some trouble. What's going on? Oh. Still struggling here, so that's kind of the next thing up, but let's get a couple more guys going on their replacement duty. Alright, 7 I've already got dealt with. 8 is not empty. There you go, you can go to a depot. I caught you just in time. There's a whole bunch though. I was kind of thinking about how to double track this. I mean, I realize there's one thing I could do. I'm not sure I like it, but let's try it. Which is like a very naive double tracking, so to speak. Oh, no, 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 nope. Yeah. I kinda didn't think so. Yeah. I was kinda hoping maybe I could tunnel under or bridge over this, but it doesn't look like I can. Which is not a huge problem, but that would have been kind of that naive double tracking I was talking about. Then it's going to take some more serious reconstruction. But okay, these guys are all piling up in their depots, so let's do them. Okay, so train 7 is a gasoline car. KWTE to SKHE, so make sure I'm at the appropriate depot. Train 20 is the exact same thing. Okay, train 12 is... No, not what I wanted to do. Train 12 is DNGV to DNGW to DNGV bauxite. Which I should have a modern one for. Yes, I do. Train 14 is an oil train. Yep. And then finally we have here your metal A, DN, yeah, DNGV to VNAW. So DNGV is this guy. and there's a... No, I don't care about those new vehicles, but hey, here we go, is a dedicated steel coil car. Hard to beat that. No, so you're going to have your orders. We're going to clone this one. You're going to go into metal, DNG, VTV, and AW. Get sold, you get started. Here at 0, so you can just go. You're at 0, so you can just go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yep, got 5 going. This isn't terribly exciting, so this is going to be the last pass of this I'm going to do. We're getting that less down, so if we just kind of pick at this slowly but surely, well, we'll get the list down, but there's a... yeah. So while we wait for these, let's actually think about how we would double track this. I'm kind of thinking what I need to do is actually spread these things out, like build a bit more room for the tracks, kind of a... And what I could do is just have these like this. There's a lot of advantages to having space between your double track, and there's also some advantages to having space in between them. So I think what I'm going to do is actually kind of lay them out like this. I can get started on that by... oh. Having you come out. Okay, see, this is kind of going to be how I'm going to start. Yeah, such as that is. And that hasn't been any improvement whatsoever. But I actually wonder... you know, if I'm taking the lazy approach... yeah, that's an abomination. Let's not do that. Just because it's way too long without being signaled. I'll actually have to spread this station out, you know, the kind of thought is that the outside ones would be the ones that actually do all this merge-rooney. With an inside one, that would just go straight through and not turn at all, have no opportunity for turning. And then here, actually, ideally, before this junction, start having a couple opportunities for things to flip over each other. But we'll get to that in a bit. But actually, we're up here. These guys are all starting to be ready to replace. So you are an oil train. Okay. As you can see right here, I've just got 4 of them, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I need those, so number 3. Where's number 3? Number 3 gets sold. Number 8 gets sold. Number 21 gets sold. And number 23 gets sold. Start, 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 start. Which leaves only this guy. You are... Oh, you're already up here, of course. STNM to SKWM plant fibers. STNM is up here, of course. So it's in Centennial. Yeah, and a high cube boxcar will work great. Refit to plant fibers. You in that group. Share those orders. Get started. You get axed. Okay. Yeah, so let's set that aside for a moment and think about this just for a little bit longer. How we want to manage this here. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do for now, just in the interest of making things possible, let's have that just so I can eliminate these. And kind of one by one migrate every interaction with this line. And the last one I need to fix up is this one. Which actually means that you guys way back to here. This is going to cause some problems. Oh, there's the signal after remove. Okay, I was confused. Okay, cool. So there's a couple of signal problems here that are to be expected, approximately. Okay, now put path signals in all the splits. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, again, not what I wanted to do. You don't get to do this. You're not a path signal. You should actually bridge over this. Okay, well that's a start. And potentially a quite significant improvement, actually. But I think I'm going to actually finish this in the next episode. We're already sitting at about half an hour. Yeah, I think that shows the principle is sound. So what we'll need to do is kind of do the exact same sort of business on the other side. On the south side, so to speak, of this junction. Probably think about kind of tweaking around how some of these flips happen, like actually. One thing that I feel like is quite deliberate in the design is the fact that there's a separate gap here, actually. I'm just going to keep thinking about things like that to maintain. One thing we might want was actually opportunities for things to change their mind, kind of at this merge. Like if a train here is going to be slowed down by these merging on, maybe give it an opportunity to come down here. And those are kind of the basic principles of the double track design, is just kind of thinking through where you have opportunities, kind of things that need to keep going, shift inwards. And so thinking about when you give your trains opportunities to shift inwards and outwards to keep things optimized, but that could actually make a big difference, especially if we pull it back, which will be a bit more of a job, but pull it back all the way back to here, I guess, for now. Just so that we can actually have the full benefit of the double track through this junction, because that's where we're really bottlenecked, is one track isn't quite enough to serve all this, and this here especially is looking kind of ugly now. But we'll get on that in the next episode. I think that's going to be our first order of business, is to finish that in the next episode, and then take it from there, finish our refresh of the old vehicles, and get back on track with expanding. So until we get there, this has been Let's Play OpenTTD with the FIRS Industry Set. I've always been rjhelms, so thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have any thoughts or feedback about this episode or this series or my channel in general. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more things like this, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much.